person when I first stepped into the room, because this was a lot about visualizing the future. But I went through this exercise. I'm going to give you a short version of what we were led through that day. And I found that within 6 to 8 weeks of going through this exercise and defining, I've got the final version here. I'll walk you through how I created this. The first time I did it, 2 months later, I called Mika and I said, Mika, I need to meet you for lunch. I don't know what's happened, but 6 major things happened in my life that my rational brain says what happened in going through this exercise is I told my brain, I told not just the conscious part of my brain, but the unconscious, all my senses, to be able to spot opportunities, to be able to achieve things that I had decided were important in my life. And for the exercise, he had us draw a big circle on an A4 sheet of paper and divide the circle into 6 pieces of pie. And the top one is health, peace of mind. We have here relationships, money. We have here contribution, and here is spiritual. And what he asked us to do is not write any words, but to the best of our ability draw a picture of what fulfillment is in each of these 6 areas in our lives. So health, what images, what ideas are the sense of fulfillment in these areas. And I remember in the case of health, what I drew was, and you can probably tell this is a man running, and this is a piece of broccoli. And I think for me, 2 elements that mean health is, one, just physically being able to exercise, to play sport, to move my body is very important in any sort of fulfillment at health. And broccoli is just, I know what eating well looks like. It's more vegetables and less fats and red meat. So the broccoli there is just to remind me it's putting good stuff into my body and keeping my body exercised, fit, stretched, so that however old I get, there's always an ability to have some form of physical exercise in my life. And that, to me, represents fulfillment, health. And what I'd like you to do is draw this circle, and for each of the 6 categories, draw a picture. It doesn't matter how bad your line drawing is. As you can see, my stickman art is not great art, but just draw a picture of what it means, what it would mean now, to the best of your ability, to have achieved fulfillment in health, in peace of mind, in the relationships in your life, money, contribution, and spiritual. And by drawing pictures of each of these categories, health, peace of mind, relationships, money, contribution, spiritual, what I find is it forces you to not write down the words that maybe you've collected from other people's goals or things you've heard other people share, and really look inside yourself and think about what it is that you feel or mean by each of these. And there's no right or wrong answer. Whatever you would put in each of these categories, whatever you want. Because in a sense, we exist on this life with the freedom to choose our goals, to choose what we value, to choose what we dedicate our time to choose what we put our effort into. And I found that when I first did this exercise and put down in little simple drawings what I valued, what I thought was important, what I was seeking to achieve, perhaps what it does is it allows the conscious part of your mind to communicate to the rest of your brain what to look for, what to spot, what sort of opportunities would help you achieve the things you want. But I certainly found when I first did this, a number of opportunities seemed to pop up. And I guess what had happened was my mind was aware of how to spot an opportunity to achieve something in health, in peace of mind, in relationships, money, contribution, spiritual. I think this as an exercise was a very powerful thing for me in starting clarifying what's important to me. So take some time, go through that exercise. Over the next few weeks on the YouTube channel, I'll be sharing some more exercises that can help you go deeper into what is your purpose, what are your goals. Plan a life you would like to have. Now, one of the things that really sets humanity apart is the thing we carry around inside the head up here, the ability to imagine. The first time you sit down and think about these questions, an answer won't come out clear. It takes many, many, many times of going back, of looking at other people's lives, of finding people who are older than you. I often say to people, find people who are 20 years older than you and just get them to talk about their life, what they've been through, what they value. Where were they 20 years ago? What big decisions were they having to make? And there's, to me, nothing more rewarding than finding someone who's already lived through the stage of life that I'm in now, dealt with the challenges of what I'm in now, and just listening to how they faced those challenges, how they took some good decisions and perhaps took some not so good decisions, and where it led them. And those reflections really help me commit to the things that are important and realize that the distractions that sometimes they're easy to get distracted by now, but they won't be something I will look upon as valuable 20 years from today. Hey, it's Conor. Hope this week's exercise gave you a practical tool. Whether you're a skeptic like I was when I first saw this tool, or a deep believer in the power of just stopping and visualizing, take some minutes and just do the exercise and see what comes. And I would very much welcome in the comments below how you find this exercise. Was it hard? Was it easy? Did it push you to define things in a way that perhaps you haven't done before? And over the coming weeks and months, what happens? Do you start to spot opportunities that maybe you wouldn't have spotted if you hadn't done this exercise? Let me know. Have a great week.